Hi, I'm Joshua M. Evans, and I'm so excited that you're back with me for week 6 of 12 in this Culture of Engagement series. Now, this week we're going to be talking about how to default to optimism. It's not always easy, especially when we're confronted with lots of other things in our lives and deadlines and challenges and problem children or problem employees. But today we're going to be talking about how we can default to optimism and why it's important. In fact, they did a study at Harvard University, and they studied people with a positive outlook. They called it people with a positive brain. Now, these aren't people that are just happy no matter what. No. Not sociopaths. I'm merely talking about people that are looking for the good in a situation, people that are focused on solutions instead of problems. Well, they found that those people, right, when tested, are 19% more accurate, they're 31% more productive, 3 times more creative, and 10 times more engaged than their pessimistic counterparts. All because they're looking at the world through a positive perspective. So I would argue that every single one of us is looking at the world through our own rose-colored lenses, and we have to ask ourselves, are our lenses making the world a brighter place or a darker place? Now, knowing this, a couple of things that you can do as an individual to default to optimism. First, realize, we talked about this last week, that what we choose to perceive first becomes the reality. Right? If we're looking for ways in which employees have failed to meet our expectations, what are we going to see more of? Or if we're looking for ways in which employees have gone above and beyond to do what's expected of them, we're going to see more opportunities to recognize that behavior. What we choose to perceive first becomes the reality. Second, remember this, in every conversation, you have the ability, right, to positively impact that person, right? We talked about wielding influence a few weeks ago as well. So in every interaction, I'm going to challenge you just this week. I want you to ask yourself this question when walking into a conversation with somebody. Ask yourself, how can I positively impact this individual? You'll still get your needs met. Because usually when we walk into a conversation, we have, a list of tasks that we need to hand off to somebody, or a list of information needed from the other person. And so we're using it as an exchange. Well, here's the thing. When you do that, you seem selfish. And you don't want to be selfish. I know that. I'm sure you're a very nice person. But if we walk into any sort of conversation and we ask ourselves up front, how can I positively impact this person? It changes the way that we communicate. All of a sudden, we seem nicer because we are being more nice. You'll still get your needs met. You'll still get the information that you need. You'll still be able to transfer information that you need to transfer to that person. But in that moment, you will be seen as a positive influence on their life. Now, the way that affects you is that you get the philanthropic feeling of being a good influence. Right? We've all done something where we've donated to Goodwill, or we worked at a soup kitchen. We've done these things, and you feel so good about yourself when you've done something good for others, and this is giving you the opportunity to do something for others in every conversation. Third thing that you need to do if you're going to default to optimism, find what puts you at your best. Now, we all know what puts us at our best. I know what puts me at my best. It's a workout routine with meditation, and you might be doing like quiet reading in the morning, or you might have a pump-up song, whatever that might be. Do what puts you in your best mindset. That way you can default to optimism even when things begin to get challenging, all right? So remember, default to optimism. So, thanks again for joining me. We'll see you again next week. Stay well. Stay awesome.